Hello all. Today we are going to discuss subject manufacturing technology. Our topic is forming and shaping processes. In this topic, we will discuss the points like introduction, plastic deformation, work hardening, hot working, cold working, metal forming, bulk deformation processes, hot rolling process, roll piecing, or you can say seamless tubing, cold rolling, then forging process, type of different forging processes, open die forging process, impression die, or you can say closed die forging, hammer, or any other forging processes, any other forging tools, drop forging, forging operations, extrusion, defect in extrusions, wire drawing, and tube drawing. This is the total topics of whole point. The chapter number is 4, metal forming processes. So let's start from introduction. Mechanical working of metal is simply plastic deformation and performed to the change dimensions, property and surface condition to help mechanical pressure. Depending upon the temperature and strain rate, mechanical working may be either hot or cold. If we do mechanical work by using some temperature, then it is hot working, and we can do it at room temperature, like it's cold working, such that recovery process can take place simultaneously with the deformation. The plastic deformation of material can take place due to two factors: deformation by slip or pin deformation. During the deformation, metal is said to flow, which is called plastic flow, or metal gains shape and all shape are changed. In deformation process carried out at higher temperature, then the new gain start to growing the location and change in internal stresses. When temperature is sufficiently high, then gain growth is accelerated but continues till the metal composes fully new gain only. This process of formation is new gain called recrystallization, and the corresponding temperature is called recrystallization temperature of that metal. It is always below boiling point of that metal. So recrystallization temperature is point which differs hot working or cold working. If we do the process above recrystallization temperature, then it is hot working, and if we do that process below recrystallization temperature, then it is called cold working. Mechanical working of metal above crystallization temperature and below crystallization temperature nuance varies. So this was the introduction. Now what is plastic deformation? Plastic deformation is any external, it is any external or internal forces cause stresses in material resulting in deformation and it change its shape. Deformation is of basic two types: elastic deformation and plastic deformation. If stress is below elastic limit, then it will be elastic deformation, and the stress is above elastic limit, then it will be plastic deformation. When shape after deformation, shape regain its original shape again after removing the force, then that deformation is elastic deformation. For example, rubber, you can press or pull rubber to change its shape, but after removing force rubber will get in its original shape itself. So that is elastic deformation. Another one is plastic deformation. What is plastic deformation? Plastic deformation is that after removing the force or stress, the shape do not regain its original shape. So stress required during plastic deformation is important property of metal and non-metal too. It can be deformed permanently and shaped as per our requirement. So plastic deformation can run through some basic processes like forming, drawing, forging, etc. Plastic deformation may occur by slip, twinning, or both. Elastic deformation and plastic deformation and yield point. So stress versus strain diagram is shown in figure. One is A is starting, B is yield stress, and above yield stress there is some elastic deformation and plastic deformation areas are shown in that diagram. Okay. Next, work hardening process. What is work hardening? It is the phenomena which metals become harder and stronger during working of standard. For example, during plastic deformation of metal. After initial work hardening or starting more stress is required further deform the material. For example, during the operation of hammering a nail, quite often the nail bends and bending of nail induced stresses develop inside the nail. Then nail gets plastically deformed and work hard to strain. Now we try to straighten that nail. It required more force before we when we apply force for bending is low, but when we are trying to straight it, we required more forces than we applied previously. So there is a work hardening process. Work hardening or straining occurs maybe below recrystallization temperature, or we can say it cold working. Okay. Next, hot working processes. What is hot working process? Hot working is accumulated a temperature above recrystallization temperature but below melting point of that metal. Melting point at that point when metal comes to start melting, and recrystallization temperature a point when crystal structure of that metal may start change. So a hot working process always done at recrystallization temperature means above recrystallization and below melting point, because above melting point or burning point metal will burn or it may unsuitable for use. So hot working process is done below melting point. Every metal has a characteristic hot working temperature and range over which hot working may be performed. The upper limit of working temperature depend upon composition of metal, prior deformation and accumulations with the metal. The changes in structure from hot working improves mechanical properties such as ductility, toughness, roughness, torque vibration, and percentage of elongation, percentage of reduction, and area, etc. So there are some principal processes which can do in hot working are is this. First one, hot rolling process, hot extrusion, hot spinning process, roll pressing process, hot drawing process, and hot forging process. So these processes are known as hot working processes. There are some advantage of it and some disadvantage of it also. So in advantage, we can see due to hot working, no residual stresses are introduced in that metal. The hot working refines gain structure and improve physical property of metal because it is done above recrystallization temperature. So any other impurities in metal are destroyed and distributed through the metal. So structure may be changed. Porosity of metal can be minimized by hot working process. During hot working, as metal is plastic state and larger deformation can be accomplished and more rapidly. So we can do more work in less time and less force. Hot working produced raw material which is used to substance of cold working operation. So that process is very useful for cold working. Now there are some disadvantages are also there for hot working process. As hot working process is carried out at high temperature, a rapid oxidation or scale formation take place on the metal surface, which leads poor surface or loss of some metal due to high temperature. Due to the loss of carbon from surfaces, steel piece being worked, the surface layer loses its strength. So, strength without strength, the surface layers are weak. Then, this weakening of surface layer may be give rise fatigue crack with result failure of that part. Close tolerance cannot be obtained. So we have to give some more dimension. What working involves excessive expenditure on account of high tooling cost. Next process is cold working process. The working of metal at temperature below recrystallization is called cold working process. Cold working process always done at nearly room temperature. Most of cold working processes are performed at room temperature. Unlike hot working, it destroys grain structure and does not provide appreciable reduction in size. Cold working required much higher pressure than hot working because it is done at room temperature. If material is more ductile, then it can be more cold work and residual stress at startup during the process. Hence, neutralize these stresses at suitable heat treatment is required. Some principal methods are working as cold working is as given below. First one is cold rolling, second one cold drawing, then cold spinning, then stretch forming, then cold forming, then swagging, then cold extrusion, then coining, then embossing, then cold bending, then roll forming, then short peeing, then higher energy rate forming process. Cold working result in strain hardening, restoration of gains and crystallographic structure. Various mechanical properties are dependent restoration structure. Various effects and properties due to cold working operation can be changed. The cold working of metals have some advantage and disadvantage. So we will see advantages for cold working process. First one, better dimension control is possible due to there is no much reduction in size because that process is always done at in room temperature and there is no too much plastic deformation. Then surface finish of component is better than oxidation can take place during that process. The structure, the strength, tensile or yield both. Stress is hardness of metal are increased. So work hard is increased. In this ideal method for increasing hardness, those metals which do not respond that heat treatment process. And also there are no requirement of any heat, so it is done by room temperature. Then disadvantage. Ductility of metal is decreased during that process. So it will be brittle. After cold working, the material will be brittle. Then another one is only ductile material can be shaped during cold working. If we are try, we cannot try on brittle material for cold working process because for cold working there must be property of plastic deformation in present that material, then and then we can do cold working. Overworking of metal results brittleness and it has to anneal remove that brittleness. To remove residual stress is set up during the process. Subsequent heat treatment is mostly required, so cost can be high. Okay, now we have seen hot working and cold working both process. Now we will discuss about difference between cold working and hot working processes. First one, in hot working, it is carried out above recrystallization temperature but below melting point. So deformation and recovery take place simultaneously. But cold working process is carried out below recrystallization temperature such that no appreciable recovery of that metal. Then during hot working process, residual stresses are not developed in metal due to heat. During cold working process, residual stresses are developed in that metal. In hot working, because of higher deformation temperature is used, stress required is low. But in cold working, it is stress or force required very higher because it is done at room temperature, so required higher forces for metal state. Then hot working refine metal gains resulting improve mechanical properties and also it disturbs its structure. But in cold working, no distortion of gains. Then in hot working, no hardening metal can take place. But in cold working, metal can get hardened. In hot working, if process is properly performed, it does not affect ultimate tensile stress, hardness, corrosion, or fatigue resistance of that metal. But cold working improves ultimate tensile strength, yield, and fatigue strength, reduce corrosion resistance of that metal. Hot working also improves some mechanical properties like impact strength and elongation. But cold working process impact strength and elongation are reduced. In hot working, due to oxidation and scaling, poor surface finish is obtained. But in cold working, part can better finish surface finishing. In hot working, closed dimension can tolerance cannot maintain, but in cold working, superior dimension accuracy can be obtained. In hot working, most perform where heavy deformation are required, and cold working is only preferred where work hardening is required and small deformation is required. Okay, then metal forming process. What is metal forming? Metal forming includes large number of manufacturing process with plastic deformation used to change shape and resize metal workpiece. During this process, deformation purpose tool, which is called as die, apply stresses, pressure, and to material exit yield stress of that metal. Due to this metal deformation, shape of die, generally stresses are applied to deform metal plastically and compressively. But some forming process are bends, shear stresses can also applied for that metal. Here some metal forming processes are given. Metal forming processes can classify mainly in two types. One is bulk deformation process, another one is sheet working process. In bulk deformation process, we can say rolling process, forging process, extrusion process, wire and bar drawing process. And in sheet working process, there are two type of sheet working process are there: bending process, drawing or cupping process. Okay, now what is bulk deformation process? Bulk deformation passes perform hot, cold or warm work processes. These processes are characterized by significant deformation and massive shape can change surface area, volume, and work is relatively small. The workpiece which have this low area to volume ratio is called bulk. Initially, workpiece shape to bulk deformation processes include cylindrical billet or rectangular bars. The figure shows basic is bulk deformation processes. Mainly, there are four bulk deformation processes are there. First one is rolling, then another one is forging, then another one is extrusion, and next one is drawing. So, what is rolling? It is compressive deformation process which is used to reduce thickness and increase length or width by passing material between rolls. It can use also to reduce diameter and increase length of that wire. Another one is forging process. In this process, the workpiece is compressed between the two opposing dies in order to produce shapes and workpiece. So forging is given in this figure B. Figure A is for rolling. Then another one is extrusion process. What is extrusion? It is compressive deformation process in which work metal is forced to flow die operating shown in this figure C. By extrusion, we can make like wires and in from raw material by forcing this side and by pulling from this side we can produce wire. So this is extrusion process. During the flow through die, metal takes place shape is the opening of die and its cross section. Then another one is wire drawing process. In this type of forming process, the diameter around the billet is reduced by pulling through die opening. The figure D shows the drawing process. Okay. So in metal forming, we can say in metal forming, property are highly affected by temperature. When temperature of metal is increased and ductility increase and yield stress is also increased. In other factor which is effect of the performance of forming process, strain rate, friction, lubrication, etc. So metal forming process is generally there are four types. Another type is sheet working process. It will we will discuss sheet working process and another one is bending sheet working process is are usually performed as cold working process. In this type of metal forming process, the operations are performed on metal sheets or we can say coils. In this process, surface are area to volume high. Generally, sheet working process are carried out punching press machines and sheet metal is also working press working. The diagram is shown bending and drawing of that material. These operations are performed at cold working and the tools are used for operation is called punch and die. The punch is positive position area die and negative position of tool set. Figure shows basic operation of sheet metal working. Bending. In this process, there are straightly metal to operation take along some angle at straight axis, which is given in figure A. The bending may be V shape, U shape, or another angular shape. Drawing or cupping. It refers to forming flat metal sheet into hollow or convex shape like cup, bracing, or metal. During this process, blank holder used to blank and punch pushes into sheet metal as shown in figure B. Okay. Now in next lecture we will discuss about hot rolling and another processes. Thank you.